Good evening, good afternoon, good wherever you are in the world. I'm Kalari Cuddles, and today is day 7. I keep hitting my mic. That's not a good intro. Day 7 of the 20. I was about to say the 7 days. The 25 Advent Days of Indie Gaming. We've already gotten through the first week, and now it's time to enter the second week. And we start off with Technotopia. This was quite an interesting game, as it had like 3 genres that I really enjoy. I love deck building games, I love games where choices matter, and I love like city building games. It also had some puzzle-esque vibes to it, but it was a very interesting title. I can only show you and like go from there, but I'm gonna thoroughly help to maybe explain how the game goes as I'm playing it. But yeah, the game is a city builder game. You are a AI designed to build the perfect city. But of course, some things go astray and don't go as planned, and you must help balance this delicate world of communicating with people and trying to create the perfect city and not getting hacked and becoming crazy. So, without further ado, we're going to trickle down into the game, and I'm going to try my best to explain it while trying to like impress you guys and get really far in the game. And then after I fail miserably doing that, we're gonna then discuss where you can purchase the game. So, without further ado, let's take a look into Technotopia. Alright, now this is Technotopia. So, this right here is your weekly schedule. You have 10 days in this to do something. Every 5 days an event will happen that will favor one of these, I guess you could say, factions up here. Now, up here is the number of how many resources you have. You have to increase that number as most as possible. As you can see here, underneath there is a minus 40, minus 40, minus 40, minus 40, as that is your quote-unquote rent. As you go up in level, you will, or each week, you will have more rent. When you cannot afford the rent, that ends the game, I guess you could say, or basically where you have to start over. So everywhere you start with is 40 rent. Now, the boxes that are highlighted with the yellow is the only places where you can place these cards. The things that are over here that are highlighted blue, these are specialty things that you need to build for the story. As you see here, it says build 3 TV towers, build 1 data bank, and complete 1 out of 4 storylines. If you hover over this, that's a TV tower. That's a TV tower. That's a TV tower. So you're trying to get over there to build those TV towers. And then obviously this big one here is, well, it says heart of business. Where's the data center? Maybe you? That's the data bank. Okay. So you're going to want to start placing things to get yourself over to these locations, as well as overall. And as you can see here, down below shows the different shapes you can make. Those will give you bonuses in each faction. I try to have something for both factions up and going at all times. And then when you get a event, which happens, as I said, every 5 days, it will tell you, information is power, should access information to be limited, or should access to information be limited. So, as you can see here, things are going up. I generally, my method at least, is to see of these, who is the lowest, and put points into that. So, obviously this is the lowest, but none of these offer for the green. So we have our, what's the next lowest? It would be here. So I would say there's freedom to the information. So I select that because it takes points off your rent. It might put something somewhere else, But now we have those as minus 20. Sure, that's now 50, but I need to work on getting that resolved. So I'm going to continue to lay down. And of course, if you land on top of a character, you get main dialogue related to the story of the game. Okay, so she says, hello again, Iris. I have a request for you. I've been thinking a lot and have realized something. This city must remember its brightest star forever. Think of a way to immortalize her greatness. How huge of a concert hall built in the very heart of the elite. It will play recordings of your performances around the clock and also show off your other work. Sounds right. Can you build it? There's no clear answer, Baroness. According to the calculations, the architect and I alone can't build such a structure. Well, can I help you somehow, Iris? I'd do anything to make every beggar in the city finally develop artistic taste. They must always remember that I am the best they have. I need access to the heart of the elite. We will install a special program that will automatically collect all recordings of your concerts and transfer them to the server. Is that all? Such a trifle as a monument on me? You've been given access, Iris. There is a very important task. Remember, the concert hall must be perfect. Alright, now I'm about to create that shape. As you see down there, there is 3 across, 1 in the middle, and I'm about to create that shape. And that gives you a massive bonus into that particular faction. Like here, I'm about to create another shape, which it connects over to here too, so it makes extra points. And then you'll see things hovering like this. If you click on those, you'll see that you're able to create a large thing that will give points into said areas. Alright, my lowest is over here, so let's do Human Rights Organization. And if you land onto the blue house, or the yellow house, it lets you pick one of these to upgrade. I really need some points in the red, so I'm going to do that. But then we have this now. It's been another 5 days, so we get a new event. Citizens filed a complaint about some dilapidated houses. The old house is on the last legs and may collapse if nothing is done. What should you do? Alright, technically my lowest is this, but I don't have anything for... Well, actually, that's the lowest, these two. This has a lower rent than that, so I'm going to go towards this. So there's some strategy you need to try to think of. But now I've made that 80, and I need to figure out how to lower that. You eventually start to get to a point where it's difficult, and you really got to plan. Aristocratic philanthropist offers to finance the zoo's construction as a location. He chooses the site of an already shopping mall. The lowest is this one. I want to combine the shopping mall and zoo. I think I'm almost got it. Okay, there we go. I've gotten myself up to the point where I don't lose the next round. It's become fashionable to keep exotic animals at home. Thanks to the loophole in the law, anyone can buy any pet they like. Due to the high demand and shady schemes, animals are kept in poor conditions and maybe die. Well, I don't like that. I guess the lowest of these is to compensate the animals. Now I'm at risk in 3 areas, and this is where it gets more difficult, which it does eventually come to this, so there is always the challenge of dealing with that. But generally I get to these points, and then I'm not able to crawl my butt out of debt. So I just play the round until I get close to the end and let it do its thing. Yep, okay. And that was the last week. And that basically is the strategy, is you got to do a lot of coordinating of how you're going to get what with what card, how you can build combos, and so forth. This game is quite challenging and quite fun indeed. And that was day 7 of Technotopia. You can purchase this game on Steam, Epic Stores, Humble Bundle, GOG, and there are, of course, the shady websites that I'm not sure where they are and what they do and if your data gets stolen or not. So I won't recommend those, but I will recommend the ones that I do know about, despite the saucy scandals of the other websites. I do know they're more reliable than these ones ain't nobody ever heard of. So without further ado, go down into the About section. You will see where you can purchase this game. And you're also going to find my wonderful social medias, as I do more than just create YouTube videos. You can catch me live on Twitch, or you can subscribe to my TikTok and support me there. The best gift you can give a supporter during the holidays is support, and that support is by liking videos, subscribing to YouTube channels, following on Twitch. When you can catch me live, watch my ass, or on TikTok, watch my videos. Support is the greatest gift that you can give a content creator. So, with your support, thank you for watching this video. As always, stay cuddly, my friends, and I'll see you tomorrow with a whole new game.